Hello again. The great majority of people prefer not to have members of the opposite sex using the same lavatories or sharing hospital wards with them. Many people also prefer to have doctors and nurses of the same sex conducting intimate examinations. I have to say that none of this kind of thing bothers me at all, and I'm not in the least shy about women seeing me naked or anything of that kind. But the fact is that a lot of people, especially older folk, do worry about this. I suspect it's often women who care about it more than men. For example, I've had, well, we'll describe them as intimate examinations, which are, checking for trouble with the prostate by some doctor sticking her finger up my arse. It did not bother me in the slightest that it should be a woman doing this, any more than it would have done had it been a man. But I know very well that most women, when it comes to that sort of thing, would infinitely rather have a woman doing it. An awful lot of women say they don't really care for a male doctor or nurse examining them. You would think that because hospitals are supposed to work for our benefit, that this might be something that they would try and be a little sensitive about, or at least be aware of. Patients should, after all, surely be the priority for hospitals and doctors, so that those who are bothered about this kind of thing could at least have their preferences respected. As it happens, far from having their views on the matter respected, such people are actually punished by being denied the medical treatment which they need. This is because, as one hospital says, the sensitivities and wishes of their staff trump anything a patient might request. Take, for example, the Princess Grace Hospital in London. When a woman who had previously been the victim of a sexual assault was scheduled to have an operation there, she was sent a pre-operative questionnaire asking about her requirements. She made it clear that one of her requirements was for same-sex care, and also she refused to provide her pronouns for the thing. Quite right too, I won't play this foolish game either. When she turned up at the hospital, though, she encountered a member of staff whom she took to be a man wearing women's clothes. When she tried to clarify the situation, the hospital cancelled the operation on the grounds that it had a responsibility to protect staff from discrimination and harassment. For viewers who don't understand this, I might mention that a lot of biological males who identify as women do not have, and nor do they wish to have, surgery. Although they wish to be referred to as she, they feel inclined to retain their male genitalia. Some women feel that these are in effect men in dresses, and the woman who had her operation cancelled feels this way. For myself, I couldn't care less if a man wishes to wear a dress, but as I say, women are often more sensitive about only being treated by women. The pronouns business, by the way, has gone in the space of a year or two from being something of a novelty item seen at universities and so on, to a thing that we encounter in shops, hospitals, banks, and all over the place. It really is a huge minefield, although I'm damned if I know why. Everybody is now familiar with the term misgendering, and it's regarded as a terrible sin if you are guilty of referring to somebody who wishes to be a woman as he, even inadvertently. But I honestly don't see why this should be such a big deal. I'm often misgendered. My wife says that on the telephone I sound a bit like Margaret Rutherford, and it's not at all uncommon when I ring up somewhere for someone to assume by my voice alone that I'm really a fussy old woman, and sometimes address me as madam. This is funny, and if anybody wished to refer to me as she, I really don't see why I'd be bothered. We live in strange times that such trifling matters have assumed such great significance. With all that's going on in the world and the fact that this country is sliding into ruin, I can think of many things which I regard as more important than whether or not somebody misgenders me.